Oh yeah, it's alive. And I am adorable. Oh, this is when I've done devil horns in the past, I usually do pigtails, and so just sticking them in is harder. But I have backup devil horns that are bigger, like the ones that I like more for tomorrow when I do the shorts and the pink sweater. But for work today, sick. My earrings are hella sick, so OTD definitely worked. Um, and it's Friday. And that's a work day for me. My family is having a Halloween party tonight. Actually, I guess if anyone wanted to stop by and party with my family, let me know. Maybe I'll try and search more for messages. But yeah, I did. I have a necklace like this too. The blood scythe necklace, which I could not find in red, though. Like, the gold's still pretty sick. I'm definitely wearing all of this throughout the year. And it works too, because I'm like, I wear a padded bra anyway. That's almost like a lot of why I was inspired for the costume. And because I wouldn't have to change my hair. Oh. Actually, it was like I accidentally blow dry my hair too much in the front sometimes. I'm not doing eyeshadow today. Family Halloween party. Yesterday was a roast battle and it was sick. Got hot because it is. We roast. Fun panel of judges. Excellent. Excellent all around. Let me see. It was such a fun vibe. I loved the callback bar. I loved our audience. I will like. I feel super lucky to get to do Dress to Kill in the callback bar because some of my favorite audiences have been the roast battle like callback bar audiences, and it gives me a chance to talk to them and try and get them out at my shows because I personally am a fan of the different kinds of comedy shows. I do. I like storytelling shows. I like contests. I like the subject line where you have to write on the one subject. I would love to do cosplay comedy, and I could do all types of power. I have other ones I've done too. I am not a cosplayer. Not that I wouldn't want to be. It's just that I know it takes a lot of work and a lot of money, and I don't have the money or the time to put together like what so many of the people on that scene are able to do. Although I really love to wear costumes, I have a hard time with like fake hair. Now quality fake hair. So I used to always say Wigs gave me the heebie-jeebies, and then I got a good life lesson and found out that a quality wig actually is no heebie-jeebies, but that is very expensive because it's like legit hair. But I usually don't like to do costume wigs. I don't like the texture of costume wigs. Although, I might just get over it someday, but I've always tried to find characters that I wouldn't have to do like a full wig for. I could just kind of half-ass. Although, it's almost bad luck for my characters because I did, Mommy from Madoka. I'm gonna say so hard to pronounce, especially when you're mostly reading, and how it's spelled isn't even how you would pronounce it. Was it Madoka Magica? Quella Magi, Madoka Magica. Mommy gets her head bitten off in like the third episode. I should have. Well, I had to read the Chainsaw Man manga. Not manga. See, I'm so bad. I have such an American tongue. It's even in my name, Amy. I would have to like rechange my name for Japan. So like, I'm totally fine with that. Like, I will. I'm working on it. I'm sorry. I know I'm saying it wrong. I'm trying. At least it's not like when I ordered a pint and when I was 21, because all this time I've been reading pint as pint because English fucks you up. Also, really had 3 characters from Soul Eater that is, they're the Thompson sisters, so I could do both of those ones, although one of them has short hair. There might be a way I could tie it up. When I did it before, there was a way I tied it up. But again, it's not like, I'm not a professional cosplayer. I just like to dress up. I like to dress up fancy. I like to dress up in costumes. And I like roast battle. I'm like, I wore my bigger devil horns when I got to headline, when I was on the main stage. Again, way easier to line up with pigtails, but because it's like different from where my part is. All right. I'm going to do some autobiography stuff. No eyeshadow today. No eyeshadow. I'm gonna probably do eyeshadow tomorrow. Just because I feel like it. All right. So, let's see. The most money, so the question's asked me, oh, and I was thinking I might do like, I'll get you in one moment. I might do a thing where I post that anonymous question thing, and then like have people, if you want to ask me questions, you can respond, but then it's like, I guess they don't even have to do the anonymous thing. I don't know, like, do people feel more comfortable asking things if they know it's going to be anonymous? I don't know. Do I feel more comfortable asking things if I know it's going to be anonymous? Not necessarily. I especially love if someone is looking for questions. Someone posts on their story and they're looking for questions, because I'm like, I got questions. And I'm so bad when I ask them in person. Still working on listening. I know I said it before, but it's still happening. I'm still working on listening. But in the meantime, I will read questions from here. Answer the questions in here. The most money you've ever bet on something. I'm a fan of bets, but like not so much like bookie bets, but I like, you know, the hey, I was right kind of bets. Like, oh, I bet this, or I'm going to call this. Like, I make a lot of self bets with myself like that. Oh shit, I used to go to back when Jackson Casino would let you in would let people under 21 in. I used to go. That was like the late aughts, the early aughts, the late, yeah, the early aughts. What the fuck are the tens? It's the tens. So the late aughts, the early tens. I would go, and I was always battling. See, I have two Pokemon. I was always gambling for weed money. So like, it's like once our group could get to a 10 at least, like that's a dime. Then, and it, you know, we had some pretty good weed guys, and like they'd be generous on a 10. So I probably, if I had a 10, wouldn't have bet that. We'd bet fives until, I do remember the first time I ever gambled, I put my, which was at Jackson Casino, I put my thing in and I won $25 off the very first time. And that was some good weed. It tasted like winning. Tasted like winning by chance. So, I can't really say, I probably haven't really made any big bets, like financially. I do remember, one of my exes, the one that, I said like two main exes from, well, I guess that's not true, but two main ones from like, well, that's also not true. One of the guy I was with the longest, he had been in the military, so it wasn't like he was necessarily unathletic, but he was, I don't know. He wasn't like a particularly emotional guy about sports. Like, he'd watch it, but he wasn't like, again, emotionally into it. I couldn't even say like what his favorite team was. But I remember of the probably 5 or 6 Super Bowls we spent together, one of them he was really pissed off. And it was almost unusual, like, because we were drinking. It was like a good time. Like, he had friends over and stuff. But then I found out the reason he was so stressed is because he had bet a whole bunch and like didn't know. But I was just like, man, he really cares about this game this time. Like, and then it all made sense. placing a bet is a great way to get emotionally involved in a game. Like if it's pretty boring anyway. Sorry, sports. I wish you were more exciting. I wish you were exciting like Dress to Kill. Like Dress to Kill is going to be on 10/27. It's going to be sick. After party too. We could go out after party. Sacramento's our town, or we could come back here. I got a place. I got cool parents. They party too. We can all after party. If you could relive one moment of your life, which moment would you choose? Aw, I have had such a wonderful life. I really have. I do struggle from depression, and I do always have something I can complain about. Always. But I've had so many wonderful life memories. Actually, one of the things I like, no one knows anything for sure, but one of the things I think enough to believe is that when we die, we like, what do you say, that thing, like, pass judgment before God is not so like that. Not so like that phrasing, the heebie-jeebies, that kind of phrasing puts off. But, like, I think we almost, like, they say your life flashes before your eyes. I think we, like, watch out our life with God. But I don't think it's God judging us. I think we, like, in the presence of all of that after, like, we probably feel terrible about some of the things we did. But I think after, like, I think God forgives you. I think I still haven't reconciled what I know of hell other than what's on earth. And all of us can think of something that we would have in our hell and something we would have in our heaven. And I think it's good to try and eliminate those hellish things from earth if possible. Like, natural disasters are going to happen. Like, we don't need to bomb each other. We shouldn't. That's why I say abundance. Like, I believe there is enough to go around. I think there's like a Saw movie that really explains this well, where at the end of the Saw movie, they find out that if they had all worked together, they would have all survived. The very last thing only required, like, it would have been like the amount of blood from each participant to not kill them. Just the exact amount of blood you could, like, lose and not die. If they had all worked together and made it to the end, then they all would have won. But because, like, they became afraid and, like, some of them got offed. So then, like, someone had to bleed out and someone else got to live, because it could have just been like 10 people, but they didn't trust everyone. Sometimes I believe in people. I do. It surprises me sometimes so much. I got the kitty. It surprises me so much that there's so much kind of like war and shit in the world, because most of the people I know just want to have a good time. Like, they just want to get by and have a good time. We just can't become afraid that, like, our things are... It's hard, because when I say someone getting something doesn't mean that you won't get it, or doesn't mean that, like, there aren't going to be good things for you. But I know that there are people hoarding wealth. But I do believe what's brought to the dark will be done, like, what's done in the dark will be brought to the light, which is why I do this on live, so that I do edit the clips, so to make them shorter and stuff. But for this whole thing, it's all unedited, all unfiltered, all me probably needing to think more before I speak. But I mean, Diddy did a lot of stuff in the dark he didn't think people would find out. We've seen that with other people too recently, and I think we'll see more and more of that. Although, what do we do with all Diddy's wealth? I guess it has to be used to pay court costs. Well, no, that's, I guess, people's jobs. There's some good people that work in the courts. Although, I am so glad that court is not somewhere I regularly have to go right now. I am so glad that's not where my life is right now. There is no shame on people, like, who have to do that. I have loved people through that game. I know people who've been a part of that game, or had to love people through that game of the fucking court system while you're waiting for your stuff to get worked out to that, like, Everyday thing. Although, this would be a cool lawyer costume. This tie is also, I did not tie it. I do think that dudes that can tie ties, though, like, alright, that's sick. That's a sick thing to know how to do. That's hot. But I look forward to basically, like, I'm going to try and live my life in such a way that when I do look over it with God, it's like, oh my God, wasn't that hilarious? Remember all those good times? So it's too hard for me to choose right now. Maybe just like for fun, I might go back to like 7th grade when my best friend walked out of the choir class, because that was still pretty badass. Like for a 12-year-old, I go back and watch it again. Walked out of choir, but she walked out of choir because she's gonna be late for sewing, which is actually more badass. If you had an identical twin, would you ever trade places for fun? I feel like I wonder what her personality would be like. Like me, I guess. No, I feel like I would always be the ugly twin, even though we'd be identical. Like somehow, because I have like a scald scar on my chin from my hella hot, hella sweet coffee. I'm a sparkly corpse. All right. Are you still close to any of your grade school friends? That would be like, that is like kindergarten to 6th grade, kind of. Okay. Oh, what a perfect question. On Dress to Kill. One of my 3rd grade friends is on the lineup. He also was like, I think the follow up for the San Francisco comedy competition this year. He's fucking hilarious. We did Smash Mouth All Star at our 3rd grade talent contest. We're both still talented. If you doubt me, come out 10/27 for Dress to Kill, where we will both be doing sets. So that is like one grade school friend I've gotten to see again. I would love to see like other ones too. Like come out to the comedy shows, like message the guest posting, and I'll get you in for free. It's so fun. Callback bar is so fun. I was just there last night. I can guarantee it was a good time. It was hot. All right, I'm gonna spray my face. I'll answer. Let's see. All right, so the next thing is like reasons you would watch the news, and then it like gives you reasons. So I'll say if I watch the news for these reasons or not. All right, for a particular newscaster, no, I wouldn't watch for a particular newscaster unless there was something crazy going on, like celebrity gossip. Hell yes, that's again TMZ, my main source of news. I fucking love TMZ. I love TMZ for sports. I love TMZ for celebrity gossip. TMZ doesn't do much politics unless politics. They do actually. They make it somehow entertaining. I do prefer the TMZ on TV than I do TMZ Live because there usually is more politics on TMZ Live. I'll definitely watch it for celebrity gossip. Consumer alerts, no. I never do the class action lawsuits. For crazy stories, fuck yes, I do it for crazy stories. I love weird news. Definitely will do even like deaths. We'll look up that kind of stuff. But kind of staying away from political updates for the last several years. Still going well. America's still standing, I guess. Positive messages, those are not in the news. Stock market specifics, cute. For one moment, I had Bitcoin, but like it was because of, drugs. Buying drugs. Strange crimes, absolutely. Traffic reports, I probably should. Weather forecast, I definitely check the weather because of outfits. I'm always reading the weather. And then world events. I probably could read more about world events. I don't really. Mostly I just read news for crazy stories, deaths, celebrity gossip, and strange crimes. Oh, and the weather. All right. Oh yeah, let's see. What's a good one to do? It's Friday. Yeah. Have a good Friday. Stay lit, cunts.